One of the most recognizable styles of pottery from New Mexico is known as black-on-black pottery, or blackware. This style of pottery was rediscovered in the early 1900s during an archaeological dig in the Pajarito Plateau led by Dr. Edgar Hewitt. His team found a prehistoric pottery sherd that had the distinctive black-on-black finish which Dr. Hewitt had never seen before. Julian Martinez, who worked with Dr. Hewitt, was a husband of the famed potter Maria Martinez. He took that sherd and with his wife brought black-on-black pottery back to life. Through a trial and error process, the couple recreated the style, and in doing so, a new artistic movement began in the pueblos of San Ildefonso and Santa Clara. If you look at the photo, you can see a contrast in the shades of black. One is polished, while the other is matte. How then do the artists achieve this finish? A potter first digs for their clay and then adds a temper, or binder, like fine sand or grounded pottery sherds. This ensures that the finished piece will hold its shape and not crack during the drying process. Like most pottery created in this region, each piece is made using the coil and scrape method. The clay is rolled out and formed into strands that are then stacked on top of each other in a coil process until the potter is satisfied with the height and shape. During this process, the potter will level the outside and inside of the piece until it has a smooth surface. If any designs are to be added, then it is done while the clay is still damp. Designs can be carved or painted. To achieve the polished finish, the potter will then use a damp polishing stone on the moist, unfired clay and rub it back and forth. Apply too much pressure and the surface will be scratched. Too little pressure and the polished look will not be achieved. It has to be an equal balance. The matte look is created by applying a coat of liquid clay to the desired area. The pieces are then left to dry. Once they are ready to be fired, the potter will place the piece above ground on a metal stand and cover it with pieces of wood and dried manure. The fuel is lit and it burns until it collapses on itself and onto the pot. As the fire is burning, more powdered manure is added, which helps suffocate the flame. Because the fire is being reduced at a gradual pace, it helps create the black color of the pot while retaining its contrasting polished and matte finish. This process is known as reduction firing. As previously mentioned, Maria and Julian Martinez worked together to revive this technique and style of pottery. Maria taught other potters in San Ildefonso and Santa Clara and even taught a class down in Mexico. These two pueblos eventually became known for the technique, and this sparked an interest with tourists and collectors alike. Although the black-on-black technique is recognized as San Ildefonso, the deep carving of designs on the pottery is credited to potters from Santa Clara. Juanita and Tony Peña, who made this pot, were a married couple from San Ildefonso. For 20 years, they created the black-on-black style of pottery and eventually made pieces that had the distinctive carving designs. Juanita would create the pieces while Tony painted and carved them. Look back at the photo. What shapes and forms can you make out? On this piece, located along the center, is the Tiwa spirit for water and lightning, Avanu. This horned serpent has a forked tongue and a wavy body. The forked tongue symbolizes lightning, while the wavy body represents water flowing after a storm. Other designs that are commonly found on these pieces include feathers, bear paws, other spirits, and steps like the one seen on the opening edge of the jar. This beautiful jar is a favorite among the staff and is currently on display in the Governor's Gallery at the Roundhouse in Santa Fe, New Mexico.